Module 3. Skin glands. The two types of glands in your skin are sebaceous glands and sweat glands, and there are two types of sweat glands. Merocrine sweat glands are more common, found over most of your skin. They secrete substances without any cell material in the secretion. They work hard when you are sweating, releasing sweat onto your skin's surface so you can cool off. Sweat needs energy to heat up, enough to evaporate, so it takes some heat energy from your skin. Yet if the air is very humid, then the sweat cannot evaporate and will instead run down your skin. The other sweat gland type is an apocrine sweat gland. These glands are found in the armpit and pubic areas. The interesting thing about these glands is they are not apocrine glands at all, but when they were discovered, scientists thought they were apocrine glands. In fact, they're really merocrine glands, not containing any cell material. But because they were initially called apocrine sweat glands, they're still given this name. These glands produce sweat with a few differences from the merocrine sweat glands, but the apocrine sweat glands produce a strong odor. Additionally, the glands themselves also are structurally different. They're located deeper in the skin, nearer to or even in the hypodermis. Merocrine sweat glands are only found in the dermis. Apocrine sweat glands don't secrete directly onto the skin. They instead empty into a hair follicle so that the secretions make it to the skin where the hair follicle comes out. The second type of gland in the skin is a sebaceous gland. These glands are holocrine glands, secreting the entire epithelial cell. Like the apocrine sweat glands, sebaceous glands, at least most of them, open into a hair follicle. Sebaceous glands are given their name because they secrete an oil which is called sebum. Sebum is beneficial because it keeps your hair and skin soft. Without a regular supply of it, your skin will become chapped and irritated. People who work in an environment where they have to wash their hands excessively sometimes experience chapped and dry skin because they're continuously washing off the sebum from their skin. This slippery oil also makes it more difficult for harmful bacteria to attach to your skin. Sebaceous glands secrete more readily during adolescence, which means young people are more likely to get acne. You see, because they are holocrine glands, there are lots of nutrient-rich cellular parts in the secretions, and that's great food for bacteria, making it more likely that they will populate onto your skin. That information probably makes you want to wash your face more regularly, and that's a good idea to minimize acne, but you also need to know that scientists aren't really sure exactly what causes acne in adolescence. It does have something to do with overactive sebaceous glands and bacterial growth, but during this time the hair follicle begins to change too. Too many cells begin to form in the hair follicle's epidermis, creating lots of keratinized cells sloughing off. These cells can begin to cause a traffic jam of sorts that plug up the hair follicle. Then sebum begins to build up underneath the blockage, causing a whitehead. The extra pressure there causes the hair follicle to break open, then leading to swelling of the surrounding tissue, forming a red bump characteristic of acne. Perhaps the best way to minimize this is to maintain a good hygiene routine and a healthy diet.